Hey guys, Cutting Hydra here, and today we're going to be looking at some of the most mentionable characters in The Hobbit. That way you guys have an idea of some of who these characters are before we actually start getting into the chapter summaries for The Hobbit. Alright, the first one is the protagonist of our story, Bilbo Baggins. Now, Bilbo Baggins is the son of Belladonna Took and Bungo Baggins. He lives a quiet, happy life in Bag End, his home, and is very content to keep it that way. The only way he would ever go on adventures at this point is in a book. And that's saying something, because at that point he's sitting by its fireplace with some nice cozy socks on and having a good time. Alright, number 2 is Gandalf, a wizard with a lot of tricks up his sleeves. There's more to him than meets the eye, and he has some very, very uncanny timing. Like, he'll try to show up right at the right time in order to save everybody's life, but he won't actually be there before the fact or know that any of this is actually going on. He is a magician and everything. I think I already said that. And one of the most interesting things about him is him being all this. He's actually really private about what he thinks and everything and what's going on in his mind and, his thoughts and stuff. Alright. Probably the first or second most important character within The Hobbit, Thorin Oakenshield. Now, Thorin Oakenshield was supposed to be king under the mountain after Thror, his grandfather, passed the throne down to him. However, a tragedy happened in the form of Smaug taking control over the mountain, killing Thror's people, disbanding them, burning the place, and just completely destroying absolutely everything and driving everyone away from the place. Alright, so now we have Gollum. Now, Gollum is interesting because we don't exactly know what kind of creature he is or anything like that because of how many years he spent living deep within the mines of Moria below the Misty Mountains. Now, the reason he's like this is because he was corrupted by the One Ring created by the Dark Lord Sauron. Now, Gollum lives his entire life devoted completely to his precious, or the Ring of Power. Smaug. Smaug. You evil bastard. Alright. So Smaug is a great dragon who lives in the Lonely Mountains. Smaug can speak in the tongue of man, and get this, has somewhat of a dark sense of humor. So to all of you that decided that Smaug wasn't cool in the movies, read the book, because I promise you'll like him better there. Alright, now we got Bard. He's a captain of the why do I always want to say guitar when I say guard? Jesus Christ. Okay, he's the captain of the guard in Lake Town, and his entire job is to watch these guys, and if any dragon or whatever, Smaug or another one, were to try to do the same thing that happened years before, he would be able to shoot them down with his really giant arrows. Alright, Beorn. Beorn is a shapeshifter that can turn into a bear willingly, and at some point actually saves Bilbo and the rest of them from when they were being hunted down. And I'm sorry if that didn't make sense. I don't want to spoil too much about the story before we actually get into it, so I'll explain that better later on. Alright, now we got Elrond. He's the leader of the lords at Rivendell. He is a really kick-ass warrior. He's cunning, he's wise. He's absolutely everything that you would want a leader to be. Alright, now we got the Dark Lord Sauron. He is an evil wizard. He created the Rings of Power. And as we mentioned, one of those actually corrupts the creature Gollum, driving him to live and go crazy, completely devoted to the Ring of Power. Now, he's also called the Necromancer and never actually appears in The Hobbit. Alright, Now we got Thror. Now Thror is Thorin's grandfather, as I have already mentioned. He was a creator of the mines of Moria and was king under the mountain up until the desolation of Smaug. Now tell me what you thought of all this. Tell me if you think that I should do another video explaining some of the other characters. I don't know if maybe you want to see more about, I don't know, Feely, Keely, or just some of the other characters in general that you guys like. That's going to be all for this video. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe, press the bell. That way you guys can get notified for when I do upload another video. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.